Steve and Captain Evil here. Me and Lori. Renee's running late, and we got lots of shit to do today. So we went ahead and got Renee here hanging out with us. We dressed her up. You know, Renee, you look great today. I got to tell you, you're as beautiful as ever. You know, I knew you never had a heart. I knew you had no heart and no soul. But you look good. You lost some weight. Renee looks good. She lost a little bit of weight. And, oh, baby, you look good. Keep it up. Keep it going. That diet's really working out. Peloton. Keep going. Anyway, Steve Trevino here and his Captain Evil. Since she's not here and she's running late, it'll just be me for as long as, well, who knows how that's going to go. And, well, you know, the good news is you have abs now, so you get to go to Croatia. Anyway, I'm having more fun than anybody else.
I heard that. I heard what you said about my
Welcome.
abs. Hello.
I'm glad you made it. Is that hilarious or what? Lori did that. She goes, well, since Renee's running late, well, but
Who's more evil?
you got it?
Yeah.
Sit that bitch down.
I'm back.
She's got that little Jennifer Lopez action going on. I'm just Nene from the block.
Thank you.
I'm just Nene from the block. Renee.
Do you know I saw this thing on TV where like in the little puff balls, like at festivals, I don't have enough hair, but maybe if you like use extensions, they hide liquor bottles inside there.
Oh, let's do that.
I don't have enough to make it happen, but I was like, that's smart. Little tiny liquor bottles.
Oh, you're a drunk like me. That's why I love it. I miss that's the hardest part about like
It's finding a partner who's
No,
your
but-
same level drinker.
no, like, you know, your life changes, you know, and evolves over time. And it's like me and you did everything together. We drank together. We partied together. We hung out together. And then you have kids. And now I get the, I can't stay up. I'm exhausted person, you know.
yeah.
And I'm not mad. It's just, it's where we are at.
I didn't know that's where this conversation was going to go.
Well, you're the one that fucking brought up liquor bottles. And I'm like, this bitch is acting like she's fun. She's not fun anymore. She used to be fun.
Talking about festivals, like we ever go to a festival.
But not at a festival, like just being out.
That's when they do it.
At a festival.
That's what I mean. Like I'm ever going to go to a festival and put liquor bottles in my hair. That's not happening anymore.
Well, there's big plans for us in Vegas. We're going to have hopefully some adult time together. And I just need a schedule time for you to have like 5 hours to sleep. Just sleep. Just sleep.
It's true.
Just sleep. I need you. I don't need to sleep.
You don't. I do. Like they say some people don't need like sleep to function. I think like sleep deprivation is a very real thing.
I have so much energy that I wear other people out.
That's
My energy, people are like, stop, like, why are you so happy?
That's accurate. And then there's just me. I feel like I'm a little cartoon character in the back, like running to keep up.
I love life.
Don't leave me behind. I'm coming.
I'm sorry. I love life. I absolutely love life. Well, I'm very excited for you because, man, I did a TV interview for the Netflix special that we're filming at the Tobin, and Renee went with me, and I was really glad you went with me.
Yeah.
And you looked absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I kind of know that if I bring you, people are gonna invite. So
ask if I want to be on.
Yes. So Renee and I got to do our very first interview, second interview together because we did put Cherries together.
We did, and that was like in New York on New York television. That one, I was real nervous about that one. That one was a big deal for me too.
But Renee came on and she was, of course, charming and beautiful and well prepared and funny and all the things that people look for. And they invited her. They started looking at her Instagram and they invited her to be back on the TV.
Yeah.
To do her charcuterie board.
Yes. I'm taking my skeleton friend with me.
You're going to do a big one?
Yeah, they want me to do the big one. They want the big one. Yeah.
Dick joke.
We
would make so much more money the other way. The other way.
I do not have an OnlyFans account. No, they want me to make the big charcuterie board with the skeleton and do the whole spread like I did a couple weeks ago, but do it on TV.
No, I'm excited for you. And I think you definitely belong on TV, and you are absolutely beautiful and creative, and you do things in a way that that is not easy to do. And
Yeah.
I think that you're going to do wonderful. So,
Well, I had so much fun doing the San Antonio Home and Garden show and kind of like demoing stuff.
well, if you guys aren't following Renee on her socials, you're missing out, man. This girl, she's always doing something new and special and fun, and she loves it. So I am Renee with an A if you want to give her a follow. And
I try to find ways that are like, you know, I do try to be budget conscious, even though I spend too much money in my own home. But I do try to be budget conscious. And more importantly, I just know that like we're busy mamas and we don't have a lot of time. So how can we make things extra without too much extra effort?
I'm not going to say anything. Just look at my face.
Close up on Steve. Okay, moving on.
Moving on from what? Oh, but one of the things I thought...
Your face.
One of the things I thought was so interesting, and you know, Rick has to leave us shortly, so we need Rick for this.
Okay.
Rick, if you could please pull up top 10 recurring dreams, and what do they mean? So that was a question that I was asked when I did when we did the. They didn't ask it. They were actually talking about it.
It was a segment they did before you came on.
And I thought, oh my gosh, like as I was listening to the recurring dreams, which ones do you have? Do you have and we'll get Lori involved too and Rick.
I'm not a crazy dreamer the way you are. I just like in the morning, I don't remember my dreams. It's rare that
have you been naked at school?
I have been naked someplace before.
Have you been naked at school in your dream?
No, I don't think so.
Rick, have you been naked in your dream?
Nope.
I do have the teeth. There's like the teeth falling out.
Hold on. I have had
before.
the naked at school.
Yeah.
And what is that one, Rick? What does that say that means?
I think the naked means feeling like you've been exposed in some way. If it's like a secret you're holding on to, or feeling vulnerable, you feel vulnerable and exposed in some way.
Was she right, Rick?
Yep, she is.
Of course I'm right. I'm Captain Evil.
So I have had that dream, and you have not.
I have, but not in a really, really long time.
And then maybe like psychologically speaking, you know, as a stand-up, right? Like, you know, as a stand-up, I've always wanted to be a part. There was a moment in my life, and I don't have that anymore, which is weird that we talk about it because I haven't had that dream in forever. There was a moment in my life that I just wanted to be accepted in the group of stand-ups.
Yeah.
Like very desperately, I wanted to be respected as a stand-up. I wanted people to consider me a stand-up. So maybe there was that like, you know, I'm not a stand-up. I'm going to be exposed. They're going to find out that I'm not a stand-up.
Yeah.
Right? And then I got to the point where I'm like, I could give a shit what people think. I want to do stand-up for the people that want to see me do stand-up.
Yeah.
I could care less if stand-ups like me. I could care less if stand-ups thought I was good. As long as other people thought I was good and were laughing, I'm happy, right? So
it's something about your authentic self.
yes.
You know, like being comfortable being your authentic self, or feeling like you can't be and you need to hide it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that makes sense.
And then the teeth. Which one's the teeth?
Okay, I just saw urinating up on the screen, and that is weird. I've never had pee dreams.
Oh, I have pee dreams because you have to pee so bad.
Yes.
Right? Like at night.
You have to pee so bad in your sleep that it makes you dream about peeing?
Yes.
And every bathroom you go in, something's wrong. Like you can't.
Yeah, you can't go. Yeah, and you're like, oh my God, I got to pee so bad.
Oh
Why
my
can't
gosh,
I go?
that's so weird. Rick, what did it say about urinating on the screen? I just saw Rick is like flashing up on our
I know, because he
TV
was going
in
to go
here.
to the teeth, but then Renee threw him a
because
freaking
I saw
curveball.
urinating and I thought that was so weird. I've never heard that one, and I've never had that
That's
one
a top
before.
11? 12?
Dreaming about urinating.
Yes. I have had that dream. You have that one all the time, Rick?
Oh yeah.
But you really have to pee.
Has it ever happened and
really.
you've peed in your sleep?
I've only done that once. I've only done that once.
Were you dreaming about peeing, or no, you just peed yourself because you were so
I
drunk?
think I just peed because I was so drunk. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about what I do. But Rick, so you've had the dream and not had to pee?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what does it say that psychologically does it mean?
It also says
Represents wanting to let go of control.
That's interesting.
Oh, you're a control freak, Rick. You and Renee.
No, I'm a control freak and I don't have pee dreams.
But Rick wants to control everything. Rick overworks himself like you because he definitely wants to make sure that things are done right. And the only way that they're done right is if you or Rick do them.
I think this is why Rick and I get along.
Yes, that's why you and Rick get along. Yes.
I was just gonna say that. Like last night, Renee, you took control of that meeting. I loved it.
Oh, did I? Oh, I tried. I mean,
in a good way. I didn't dream about peeing.
No, we had a Zoom meeting last night about your Netflix special. And just so you know, Rick, like sharing, exposing myself so that I don't have dreams about being naked tonight. I
have dreams about you being naked every night. Every single night.
No, but back to the Zoom meeting last night with Rick. I feel like I'm constantly tiptoeing around. I'm the director of this special. Like, this is the moment that I'm supposed to step up and direct, but then also knowing that I am not the most experienced director out there. And so also like trying to follow the lead. Does that make sense? I feel
because
like
I would love it if you
lot.
followed the lead sometimes in our relationship, in our work at home. No, but what I loved about that meeting yesterday, and we'll get back to the dreams, was I was on the bed playing what we like to call body slam. And that's where me and my kids wrestle on the bed and joke around. And it felt so good to hear you have to be in a meeting while I was giggling with my children. That was so great.
Rick heard you. He was like, "Is that Steve I hear in the background?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're playing body slams in the room next door."
Yeah. Okay, so then dreaming. Did we already cover the dreaming about being naked?
Yeah, we talked about naked. Oh, the teeth. We were
That's
on
the one.
teeth.
The teeth.
I do have that one, but you know what? I also have bad teeth. Like, just like genetically bad teeth. They say
What
it's
does it
like
say?
a
Can
genetic
also
hereditary
indicate
thing.
anxiety in your life.
Oh, well, then that makes a lot of sense too, because
Yeah.
I have that. Plenty of that.
What else does it
What
say?
is it? What else does it say? Loss and grief.
Loss and grief. Huh. I haven't had that dream in a long time, but I have had the teeth falling out.
Yeah, that's I know I have a lot of anxiety. I never knew that the losing teeth dream was related to anxiety because I don't remember a lot of mine.
You know what's
but
not
if
on
I
there
had them on the list, it would
that
be
I used
the
to
teeth.
get where I didn't graduate high school. I used to have that dream. And I'd have to go back to high school to graduate.
In your dream?
In my dream.
Go back to high school like Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
And I'm like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? And I'm like, they're like, you didn't graduate. Like, you got to finish high school. And I'm like,
40-year-old you has to go back to high school?
Yes. And it is the weirdest dream
That's
that I didn't graduate. I'm like, what the I mean, I probably technically did not graduate.
I feel like you should make that movie where 40-year-old you has to go
Oh, that's
back to
been
high
made a
school and
million
graduate.
times, right? That movie's been made, but
you would
that
be
one's
funny.
not on there. Dreaming. Well, now.
Oh my goodness! Do you read
What?
what Rick has highlighted? Who's gonna say that one? Did you see what's highlighted on the screen? Dreaming of losing teeth.
And then read it.
Oh, Rick, you can read it.
I'm not reading this.
It says Freud postulated that this reoccurring dream was rooted in sexual desire and related to masturbation and castration. I am Lorena Bobbitt.
Holy moly, dude. Interesting.
But
Moving on.
How do you go from that to anxiety?
I don't know.
Like, that's completely opposite.
I mean, there's sexual anxiety, I guess.
I guess.
Oh, so now
Steve's like, I don't even know how to respond to that. It's very rare. You don't
did
know
not
how to
wait
respond
tables.
to something.
I know you didn't wait tables. Lori, did you wait tables?
I did not, but I was a hostess.
I was a hostess, and when they were desperate, they would ask me to wait tables, and it went so poorly that they rarely asked me to do it.
Rick, did you wait tables?
I worked in restaurants, never waiting tables.
So one of the dreams that waiters have that I've had several times, completely being in the weeds, and you're the only server there. There's no bartender. All these people need things, and you're like going crazy because you can't get to everybody. So I wonder and that dream does not make the top 10, but I talked to other people.
Yeah, it is. Look, that's number 3, dreaming of being unprepared. That's kind of the same thing. right? Wouldn't it fall under that category?
Maybe. But I mean, like, I'm in the restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And all these people are I have like 40 tables, and I'm trying to get to all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm in a freaking panic, and I can't get to them, right? That's
Yeah.
another recurring dream that I know for a fact other people who have waited tables.
Okay, I think I have also had one of the other ones on the list is dreaming about being trapped.
Oh, I have that dream every day.
And-
I live that life. I live it. That's not even a dream. It's fucking
Shut
real.
your mouth.
I am trapped.
Shut your mouth. Is not being able to, speaking of shut your mouth.
Representing feelings of stuck about something and not knowing how to pull yourself out.
Maybe that's your next special. Help, I'm stuck.
No. Every special is a help I'm stuck. Every single one of them. So let me read let me see if there's some other ones that I'm like, holy moly.
Not being able to talk.
I don't have that one. Have you had that one? Because I would love if that came true. Have you had that one? I've never had that one.
You've never had that one?
I used to have one, and I've talked to other people that they have it, and I don't have it. It's weird. All these dreams I don't have anymore. It's so weird. I used to have them all the time, and I don't have them anymore. One of the dreams was I'd be in a fight with somebody, and I couldn't hit them.
I remember you telling me about this because it happened on more than one occasion. And you were like, for some reason in my dreams, I can't hit
them.
people.
Can you look up that one? Is that one on there? Or Lori, can you look? It's so
Dreams
weird.
about being, okay, so the list is like being trapped. Ooh, dreaming of dead relatives.
Oh God, that's every Mexican mom.
Right? I was going to say your mom talks
my
about
mom.
that all the
Nico,
time.
my dad came to me. Yeah.
Do you ever dream about any of your exes?
No. There was a short time
Uh-huh.
in my life that I was kind of like, what if?
Uh-huh.
You know, because I did care for her. And,
Yeah.
And but that has gone away. Like I don't have the feeling of what if or
We haven't had, like, I've had some
Yeah.
of these dreams, but we're both saying we haven't had them in a long time. Are we just so damn tired that, like,
No, I mean, I think
we're
it
not
definitely
we're not
has
in a
to
phase
do
where we're
with.
having dreams?
No, I still have dreams.
Is it
all
a
the
sense of
time.
security, perhaps?
I think it goes back to being comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Do you have dreams about your ex?
No.
No.
I used to at one point.
I was gonna
But you
say,
never
I
loved
think
your
it's
ex.
been so long.
Did you? I don't know. I mean, I'm asking honestly. Like, I don't know. I loved one other girl,
I mean,
and I still wish her the best. And
Yeah.
you know, I hope that she's doing great, and because I care for her. But not anymore. If that's kind of a weird thing. So there was maybe a little bit of a moment of like, well, what if we would have stayed together?
yeah.
Kind of a thing, but not.
Now we're in too deep. We don't have those dreams anymore.
I think I'm super secure and happy, and you know, I love my wife and I love
Yeah.
my family and I love my life, and I just don't think you know, it's funny you bring her up because it's like, oh gosh, I haven't thought about her in
Yeah.
a million years, but I think that's healthy, and I think it's okay that you care about somebody, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was so young when we started dating. I was 19, so I don't have a trail of exes like like you might.
Well, I have a trail of exes, and but I never loved anybody but you and another girl. That's
Yeah.
it. You know,
I can think of one or two, but I also have, I feel like you still talk to some of your exes. Like you'll run into them randomly or they'll be at a show and like, I know who they are because we're from the same little town. My exes, I have like no communication with. Like none.
Because I don't allow it. They're all dead. They're all fucking dead.
And haven't for years. So to me, I think that would make sense why my exes were in my dreams because I don't
Maybe,
talk to them anymore. I don't even know where they are. Like I couldn't tell you where they lived or what they did. I couldn't
Well,
tell
that
you
was a big debate
because they're not even on social media.
That was a big debate for Renee and I because Renee would always say, "Well, you know, these are my guy friends, and these are my guy friends, and these are my guy friends," and I go, "No, there was a difference." Because I have girlfriends. Renee's guy friends like wanted to be with her. There's a difference.
Yeah. Oh, this is a whole other can of worms. This has nothing to do with dreams.
But I never stopped you. Like if you were like, oh, my guy friends come in, and I'm like, dude, that dude totally wants to fuck you. But I'm like, go ahead, go hang out with him and act like you're friends. Okay, I'm sure he's not going to invite you to be a groomsman in his wedding. I'm pretty sure you're not invited. But
I've never been asked to be a groomsman in a wedding.
of course not. Of course not.
Because I'm not a groomsman.
Well, that's my point. And I anyway, we'll move on. But
I have the answer for the. You said not being able to hit someone. Is
Yes.
That you said? Feelings of helplessness in a situation that you feel you should have power in.
feelings of helplessness in situations where you feel, oh, that's
Does
very
that say
interesting.
more about me and less about you?
Yeah, because it was all when you started moving in, I felt pretty fucking helpless. I didn't have a choice.
How about the dream where you need to call someone like 911 or whatever and your phone won't work?
I've never had that dream. So
I've never had that dream.
Lori just said, for those of you, because she's off the mic, Lori said, what about the dream where you can't call somebody?
Call for help. Call 911 for help.
Oh, but is it specifically help?
Usually, it's something.
Well,
Like,
why
you
else,
need
why
help,
else would you call
and
911?
you can't call.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's the dream of falling.
Oh, like scared of heights, like falling off a building kind of a thing?
Well, I have had dreams where, like, I'm playing baseball and the baseball comes in my face and I'm like, oh, and I jump. You know, where like I physically move, like, where you're like,
yeah, in the bed.
yeah, like you yank in
your
the bed.
body physically responds.
Yeah, because I'm like, I
to
almost
your
got hit in the face with a ball.
Yeah.
Like, but it was in a
Oh,
dream.
yeah, dreaming of falling is number one.
And what is that? What does it mean? I'll let Rick
We're
read it.
blind, Rick. You're going to have to tell us.
It means, I'm sorry, I just lost it. Give me 1 second. It means falling is one of the ultimate losses of control, especially if you're falling in life, is life threatening. So if you're falling from an airplane or somewhere high.
Sleep jerk.
I was going to say, is that what it's called, a sleep jerk? Mine isn't necessarily connected to a dream, but sometimes my body will do something. I'll be like,
I call sleep
what the
jerk
heck is
something
that?
different.
Wah, wah, wah.
Rick, because you played basketball, do you have basketball dreams?
Yeah, where you can't dribble or you're slow. Yeah, for sure. Or you know, my big thing is forgetting the uniform.
Oh, you don't have your gear.
The not being
Yeah, don't have the
prepared.
gear.
Yep, not being prepared. Yeah. Well, I will say that look, my life has been. I could literally write a book about my life.
Yes.
All the people I know, all the things I've gone through. But I don't have any regrets. I am not proud of some of the things that I did and said. That's for sure. But I don't regret it because it has made me the man I am today. The one thing that I hate is I absolutely loved playing football. I loved it. That was my sport. I loved playing it. I was good at it. And me breaking my back sophomore year in high school and not being able to play. Well, I had gotten moved up to varsity my sophomore year is when I got hurt. So I want to be very clear. But not being able to play varsity football with my friends was very heartbreaking to me. And I regret not being able to have those years.
Oh, especially in like Texas where it's such a
I
thing.
loved playing. So I have dreams of football, but I can't get on the field.
Still?
Like I'm in full uniform and I desperately want to play and I can't. And
You have FOMO all the time in real life.
What do you mean?
Fear of missing out. That's what FOMO stands for.
Oh,
Fear
yeah.
of missing out. If there's a party, you want to be there. If there's like
Not
something,
so much. Not so much FOMO because I don't like missing out. Doesn't bother me. Like if my friends had a great party, like that doesn't. I don't go fuck. I missed out on that
Really?
party. No. My FOMO is fear of not taking advantage of every minute of every day.
Yeah.
Right. My fear is that my FOMO is I wasted a day.
That's why you say yes to everything.
Yes. I don't want to waste a
Yes.
day. Yes. But I don't want to waste a day. I don't want to waste a minute. I don't want to waste an hour.
Yeah.
I want to be productive. I want to enjoy my friends and my family's company. I want to hang out. I want to do this. I don't, my fear is, oh my God, I just wasted a whole day.
Yeah.
Right. Or I wasted that hour. Or I wasted that minute. And I hate wasting any minute. If I am awake,
Yeah.
I love enjoying everything all the time.
Yeah.
So, but I love life. And I will say it, I've said it on here before, I say it again. I have had the privilege of truly understanding that I'm going to die.
Yeah.
That is a privilege. People do not realize, and I learned it very early on.
Yeah.
I learned very, very young that I'm going to die, that there is nothing I can do about it. There will be one day that my eyes do not open and I will not be on this earth.
Yeah.
So because I know that, I take advantage of every single minute. And I think that people live in denial in their life and then wake up one day at 50 or 60 and go, wait a minute, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And it's too late. And I've had the privilege, I learned that probably 18, 19 years old.
But I think I remember you telling me that one time that comes also from experiencing loss at an early age.
Yeah, and being able to go there, you have to be able to go there.
But I guess understanding the gravity of it too, because there are probably people who experience loss at an early age. But.
I mean, I've laid awake at night just thinking about death and how it, life and this world that we live in and all of it, and then you get this like feeling of like, oh my God, there's gonna come a day where I don't wake up.
Yeah.
And this is all over. And what is it for? Right. So I have realized that it's all for my kids, and it is all for memories, and it is all for hopefully leaving this earth a better place.
Yeah.
Right. And it's all about the stories that you can tell. Right. So if you sit there and you look at somebody that passed away and you have no stories, well, what did they do with their life?
Yeah.
Or how many people did they touch? Or how many people did they meet? How many people did they talk to? It's crazy to me, when you go, God, Steve, how do you know all these people so well? I partied with that guy. I hung out with that guy. I was here. I was there. I did this. I did that. 'Cause I didn't waste any time.
Yeah.
I hung out with everybody. I had a good time with everybody. I said yes to everything. And I had a great time.
Yeah.
So I highly encourage people to really lay down by themselves and truly understand that you're going to die. And then the shitty part is you better figure it out now, because if you figure it out at 60, there's not much left and your body cannot handle all the fun.
I think of it in a less morbid way, in like thinking about meditation and intention, right? And just starting the day that way. You have a hair in your face.
Oh, that's the nicest thing you've ever done. You witnessed it here. She touched me. Finally. Wrong head, though. Wrong head.
Oh.
But no, I think that it's funny how you talk about these dreams, and it is, what's crazy is that it does, and it goes back to my stand-up, it does make you realize we're all the same.
Yeah.
We're having the same dreams.
Right. That it's and a lot of it is like insecurity, right? Unpreparedness, feeling exposed, vulnerable, like
anxiety.
Yeah.
Right. And it's crazy to me that I don't have any of those dreams anymore.
Well, I was gonna say, and you're a comic, and you get up there and you do the most like anxiety-driven, like self-exposing thing when you get up there on the stage. You just like full front combat all those fears by being a stand-up comic.
That's what we do here. And I think that that's what people love to watch about stand-up comedy. I think that we're in a world where being real is rare, and people feel all these feelings, but yet they see nothing but perfection.
I don't know.
Social media.
I think you see a lot of adults being authentic on social media. I think it's just super freaking confusing when you're a kid or a preteen and you are trying to figure out who your authentic self is in the first place. Like,
but
social
even,
media makes
even
that
in
really
our
hard.
adult life, and I won't ever name any names, but you see people who are still trying to be cool as an adult. Still trying to be in the quote unquote in crowd, still trying to keep up, and I don't have that feeling.
That
I
comes
did in high
from
school.
A place of insecurity.
Yeah, right.
You're talking about, we used
but
to
my
have
point
these
is that
dreams,
as
like,
adults, some people can't. They're not at the point where it's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
But that comes with success.
It does come with success.
That's something that's earned over time, I think.
I told you that. I would always, I was so insecure, so I would lie about how successful I was, right?
Yeah.
I would spend more money than I had so that I would hope that people thought I was successful.
Yeah.
And yes, you're absolutely right. It comes with insecurity, right? Lying comes from insecurity. And I used to be like, oh man, you have no idea, guys, it's going great in LA. we're having, man, I'm making so much money and I'm famous and
the fake it till you make it.
Yeah, well, and I would lie about my situation. I would lie about how much money I had. I would lie about how good my situation was because I was insecure.
Yeah.
And now I'm the complete opposite. Like I don't give a fuck. I have no need to tell anybody that I'm successful. But you're right. It does come with growth.
It's like why you hear like when you're reading an article, an older woman giving advice to younger girls, a lot of times they'll say like my 40s were my golden era, or or they'll say I hated my 20s because I was so insecure and I didn't,
I didn't hate any of it. I had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun. But again, I did and said things I regret.
Yeah.
That I wish I had not done or said. I probably could have been a better young man that I was.
Yeah.
I've always had a good heart. I've always tried to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I didn't always know
the right way to do it.
The right way to do it, or I didn't know that was not the right thing.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, there's been, you go through your life. It's a roller coaster, and you just hope that hopefully you get better.
Yeah.
You do better. But that's why I admire, and not to name any names, but I have several friends who were just good always. They were just good-hearted, kind.
Are they going to go through
easy.
a midlife crisis?
That's what you worry.
Do you wonder?
Right? Yeah, I've had friends at my age that were the goody two-shoes, had it figured out that I thought, and then all of a sudden it's like, what happened to you?
You know what because I think what that is like they always did the right thing, not necessarily for themselves or because that's what they wanted to do. They did that because they behaved that way because of another opposing force. And then you find yourself 40 and you're an adult and you make your own money.
And you go, I didn't have any fun.
Yeah.
I didn't have any fun. I didn't crush any pussy.
I'm going to do whatever the hell I want now.
Right.
I'm over living for everybody else. I have half a life left. I'm going to live it and do it how I want.
But I look at some of my friends that were solid men the entire time, right? And still are.
Yeah.
And I hope that for my son. Like, I hope my son is a solid man throughout, right?
That's a hard one.
Because I have not always been a solid man. I have not always been.
But don't you want him to make mistakes and learn from his own mistakes? Like to have that experience of making your own mistakes and learning from your own mistakes?
Yeah, there's a little bird.
I want him to have that. I just hope they're not like end up in jail mistakes.
No, I don't disagree on mistakes. I'm just saying, like, the people I'm talking about, they weren't over drinkers in our 20s. I was an over drinker, right?
Yeah.
Over partier, right? Always getting in fights, always chasing women. Chasing women was my, oh, look at me, I got this girl, right? And the people I'm talking about never had that need. They never felt the need to chase women. They never felt the need to be over drinkers. They never felt the need to be loud and aggressive. And, they're just solid dudes, and they always did the right thing. And Rick, am I making sense?
I think.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think that comes from confidence. I think
so.
We always talk about like we want to raise confident children because it puts you in a position to live your life with so much positivity if you're just a confident human being.
Hang on, it's Timmy. Excuse me, guys. Hey, buddy, what's up?
Oh, road manager Timmy, you're on the podcast. You got to warn Timmy.
Oh yeah,
he might
Timmy,
not
you're
know
on
what
the
he
podcast.
says.
Are you there? Hello?
He just hung up on you. Timmy's like, nope,
I don't know what happened. I lost Rick. I lost Tim.
Oh, you messed it all up. That's the other debate that's happening in our house. I have the Google phone, and I'm the only one who's an Android stronghold. Steve switched over to the iPhone. We were talking about confidence, and you asked Rick actually, like if he knew people that were just level.
No, I agree with you. I think it is again, it all stems from insecurities. It all stems from, not knowing and being able to grow up in a way that you go, oh, and some people never grow up. Right? Some people never...
Peter Pan?
Yeah, some people never get over their insecurities. I think, forgive.
I was like, what do you mean when you say never grow up?
Well,
Because in a lot of ways, I feel like you're still very.
Oh, I'm a kid. Yeah, I act like a child.
But I know that's not what you mean.
No, I mean, like, some people never get over those insecurities. Some people never stop, right? Some people never forgive. Some people are always the victim. Some people just can't.
Are stuck.
They're stuck, and they sit there and they go, you go, dude, you're drinking like a teenager in your 40s and 50s when you should be done with that.
Yeah.
And you should love being with your wife.
That's so funny because we started this episode talking about liquor bottles in my hair.
Yes.
And how we wish I still knew how to have a good time.
No, you do. You do know how to have a good time. My point is that I don't know, talking about insecurities and all that. I think I've been very lucky that I have been able to retrospectively look at my life, see my mistakes, change my mistakes, but I also think
not change them, but learn from them.
Well, I have changed a lot. Of course, I've changed.
No, you said change your mistakes. You
Oh
can't.
no, I can't change my mistakes, but you can change, right?
Yeah.
And I think either you have to choose to change.
Yeah.
And want to change. If you don't want to change or choose to change, you never will. But I think I've been lucky enough to look back at my life.
But that's a hard one too, because you and I talk about it all the time. I can acknowledge I'm a control freak, and I can say I'm trying to work on it, and I am actively trying to work on it, but it's hard.
It's very hard. I don't disagree. I mean, it's hard for me too. It's hard for me to get over bad habits. It's hard for me to change, but we have to try, and I think that's what my stand-up is too. I love the fact that, I have fans and friends and family that have been coming to my shows since I was the 18 to 25-year-old mess.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking
of yes, you say 18 to 25-year-old mess. Did you get the same message I did on Instagram?
One?
Someone sent me a photo on Instagram.
Oh, they've been following me forever with the CDs?
Yes. And I was like, it was one of your original CDs before you and I started dating. And I don't think we even have a copy of it.
I think I do.
Maybe one, yeah.
Yeah?
Well, no, but to hear, like, especially guys come to me and go, dude, I was single when you were single.
Uh-huh.
And I loved watching you. And then you got a girlfriend, I got a girlfriend. And then you got engaged, I got engaged. And then you got married, I got married. And then you had kids and I had kids. And I think that there are a lot of people that have that arc of growth. And then there's a lot of people that just don't.
Yeah.
And I also think, and we were talking about this recently, I also think that there's some people that are not meant to be married.
Yeah.
There are some people not meant to have kids.
Lately, Delilah's got me questioning.
Well, no, but
not gonna lie.
And we had that very deep conversation with Lori, where Lori was like, I am not the person. I knew I was not the person to have kids.
Yeah.
It's just not in our cards. It's not what I want to do. But I don't think some people don't realize it. And I think some people go, well, society tells me I should have kids. We're married. I'm going to have kids. Then they have those kids, and then the kids come out fucking terrible because they're like, I was not meant to be this parent.
Yeah.
And there's some people, and I'm not going to name any names, very good friend of mine, where he came to me and he goes, man, he's like, I finally came to the realization that I am not meant to be married. I don't want to be married.
Yeah.
I want to be single. And I feel bad for some of the girls I dated because there were times where they thought, oh, this is going in that direction.
Uh-huh.
He goes, and I just could not get there.
Yeah.
I always knew I wanted a family.
Yeah.
And I've always said it to you, I want my cake and I want to eat it too. I want the most beautiful family, the most beautiful career, the most beautiful wife. I want it all. And if you want it all, you got to work your ass off.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy. And
it's a constant balancing act.
Well, and sometimes the plates fall.
Yeah.
Sometimes the plates fall. And that's the sad part, right? Because you do want it all. You're spinning plates, and then that one falls. You got to run back over and go, oh, sorry, Renee, I fucked up. Pick it back up. Start again,
Yeah.
But there has to be growth, you hope.
Yeah.
I think me and you as a couple have grown tremendously.
Yeah.
Tremendously.
Mm-hmm. We've made mistakes together.
Definitely. That's why.
Some you blame me for, some I blame you for.
But we've talked about it before. Like, that's why we admire couples that have been together since high school and have had all those mistakes together.
Yeah, I don't know
know?
that you and I are not high school sweethearts. We're after high school for me, and I don't know that we would have survived being high school sweethearts.
I don't think I would have been able to be the boyfriend for you between 18 and 25 or 26.
Yeah.
I just don't think I could have been that guy.
Yeah.
You know, which by the way, Renee and I went to go see The Blind on our date, which was the movie about the Duck Dynasty, Phil Robertson, and we liked it.
Self-produced, right? They
self-produced it.
They self-produced the movie. Yeah.
But it's so funny that we're talking about this because this is exactly what that movie's about,
yeah.
right?
They were high school sweethearts.
They were high school sweethearts. Phil fighting demons and all the things that happened to him as a child, and him having a moment of, I am not meant to be a dad. I am not meant to be married. It's not for me. Buried himself in a bottle. And then I admired his wife so much for the patience, the kindness. She believed that he was the man that he could be.
Yeah.
And through it all, he became the man that he is today. But I also admire him for putting it out there. Like, it's not a good look for Mr. Phil Robertson.
But isn't he a preacher now? So
Yeah,
I'm sure that is all a part of his story that he shares with his congregation.
Yeah.
The story of redemption, right?
Redemption
Forgiveness and redemption.
Forgiveness and
Yeah.
But his wife, I mean, to me,
Miss K.
Miss K was sweet and kind and patient and strong and I admired her through the movie for because I feel like there are moments in our relationship for me and you that you could have easily said, I'm done. You're a fucking mess and you can't get it together and I'm out of here. But you continued to go, no, you're better. No, I demand this.
I don't remember those days
this.
anymore. So
Thank God you don't remember. But they were so. But I'm glad you said that because yes, when you stick together, when you go through it together, in my opinion, I love my wife more for being patient, more for believing that I could be the man that I am today.
yeah.
You know, I think my story is very similar to Phil's. You know, and that's what makes our relationship.
Oh, don't say that.
to
There's
me.
a lot of things that aren't similar. Now people are going to go watch the movie and think that's like our experience too. It's not that similar. No.
Somewhat, but redemption and you being
Yeah.
patient and you caring enough to stick around. So anyway, thank you guys for sticking around. So excited for you guys to see this podcast because who fucking knows what y'all got out of it. But I think it was a great conversation. We love you guys. Don't forget, pick Cherries, download the app, please. Next week, I will give my full report on whether an Android phone is better than an iPhone. I'll give the full
Wait,
report.
and we have new Captain Evil hats.
Oh, yeah. Our friends at Staunch.
They're so good.
Very cool hats.
They're so good. I love them. And the pink bill. I love them. I love them. They're on your website because people are asking where can we get them. SteveTrevino.com. They're
Yes. With that being said, guys, don't forget Aztec Chevrolet. They're so good to us. Uvalde Chevy, Aztec Chevy, and Goliad Ford. Please, please, please give them a chance. They deserve a chance. They're amazing human beings. Please, please, please follow them. Old Salt Coffee, could not do my mornings without it. Delicious coffee, Trevino 10. That is the code. Thank you for loving us for who we are. See you next time.